So tonight we're going to paint a sunset from the Gower in Wales. I was there a few years ago with my wife's brother and family and things, and I took a great photo. And it seems like an easy landscape in lots of ways. Very simple, just horizon, sky, light, like very simple. But I just think with watercolour it's often quite difficult to get that really bright colour, get the intensity right, get the light right. I might get this completely wrong tonight, but not all that easy. So let's see how we go. Yes, I've just been playing around for a little bit, so we'll see how I go. I'm just wetting the page, but just with the slightly warm water. I haven't rinsed it out, so it's just slightly warm. I'm going to come in first of all with some Cadmium Yellow. And let's just zoom in for you guys so you don't have to see all of that. Where's my other one in here? So I've just got a bit of Winsor Orange here, mixed with a little bit of the Cadmium Yellow. And the horizon's going to be here, and we're just going to bring it, it's wet in wet. Just going to bring it in gently along the horizon here, up into here. Alright, now I'm going to bring in the Cadmium Yellow. What I'm going to do is just come in around the edges here. Load up a fairly strong mix. Just bring in a little bit more strength of orange. Which will dampen down at some stage. Just going to get a tissue and just lift out this light, keep this area of white, chiseling my tissue so that I can just Alright, let's dry this. I just need to get a little bit more yellow around this, so I'm just going to spritzer it a bit. Yeah, let's try this. Alright, let's just bring in a bit of the clouds here. They're coming in like this. We'll just get the spritzer a bit. We'll just spritz here a bit, just wet the page a bit. We'll just come in bit stronger. I'm going to come in down here. Just going to grab a bit of this and just load up a bit darker. Just picking a hair out because it makes a mark. Just going to get my round sable, take the water out of it a bit. I'm just going to help this a bit to be a little bit softer here. Just going to lift out a bit more. Turn the tissue, use a fresh piece of tissue each time. Just try and take out a little bit of light. Just going to dry this now. So I was thinking I might just come in with the spritzer and the brush and just spray a bit and just bring a bit of colour into here a bit. May or may not work, just add a bit of colour to those clouds, and then I can come in slightly darker, dark into here. Alright, let's dry it. So this is meant to be the ocean, so this sort of coming in wet and then sort of moving up this way doesn't really work particularly well. So I'm just going to grab a piece of tape, put it where the horizon I suppose should be or could be. But what I want is I want to keep this little beautiful patch here of where there's some colour and some darks come in but I left some lights. I want to keep those, so I don't really want to put the horizon. I want to leave that, I think, on the horizon or on the water. Not really sure. I could put that there like that. And keep it. Let's get a dark. This dark is Winsor Blue Red Shade Light Red. Just going to... Let's just get a bit out, so it's just a bit more of a dry brush. I can just come across here and just keep that. See what that looks like. If it starts to tear the paper, you might want to, I should just use the hairdryer. Yeah, I should probably have just covered that up. Even though I liked it, it didn't really work. I love that little bit of just an accident. Try coming in with a knife and seeing what I can lift out here. Yeah, it doesn't go back to much. I could try just wetting this a bit. let that soak for a bit, except just keep a tissue so that I just stop it from going up. I just want to see if I can, what's underneath here. If I let it just sit there for a bit, it'll wet that. I can see if there's anything nice underneath. Sometimes you scratch and there's this nice warmth just sitting there waiting to be exposed. So I'll just dry this now. Not quite the right size, but still pretty good. So I could, if I wanted to, just scratch back a little bit, but lots of people don't like doing that, and also you've got to make sure the paper's very dry, otherwise you could sort of turn it to pulp a bit. And you could also, if you wanted to, just jab at it with the tip of the razor blade to just get some nice white flecks on the water if you wanted to do that. But I'm just going to leave that because the subject for me is here, is not here. This is for me better if it's pretty dark. I know it's a bit predictable, but I might just get a little bit here and just wet this a little bit just here. Wet this a little bit just here. I just want to soften the edge a bit. Just to help bring the eye, see that'll just soften nicely here and here, just to bring the eye into here. Alright, so thanks for joining me tonight in this, it's quite a small, simple-ish sunset over the Gower, but I suppose as simple as some of these things can be. So thanks for joining me. If you want to know about future videos, press the subscribe button, press the bell button. If you want some more help with watercolours, you can join me on Patreon. And otherwise, I'll see you next week. Thanks for your support, guys, and I'll see you soon. Good night.